Connectra creates opportunities for people living with disabilities by providing information, resources, and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. Check out some of the programs we offer through our online learning platform, Connect Together, including our Service Mondays, where we highlight a local organization or initiative. This month, you'll learn about programs with the Richmond Centre for Disability and Gambling Support BC. Tuesdays are for ABC Studios Art Therapy with Connectra. Wednesdays are Chair Yoga with Bobby Seal-Kavitsky. Thursdays are Adaptive Fitness with Ocean Rehab and Fitness. Fridays are Contemporary Improv Dance Classes with Janice Lawrence. Every third Friday is a Growable presentation by the Disabled Independent Gardening Association. This month, we're talking squirrels in Stanley Park, so don't miss out on September 15th. Every third Monday is our Perspective series, where you'll hear from guest speakers on varying topics. Join us on September 18th to hear a discussion about navigating music with a disability. Save the date for our upcoming Accessible Community Forum on accessible healthcare in British Columbia on October 27th. Check our website for more information and to have your voice heard by filling out our survey. Check out our updated programs calendar on our website, connector.org, or find us on Facebook at Connector Society.
What the heck is down on the bottom there? Oh, that's me.
Okay, Julie, you can start.
Great, thank you very much. Hi, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me okay.
Oh, yeah.
Good, awesome. All right, so my name is Julie Meyer. I'm from Ocean Rehab and Fitness, and I will be joining you until at least Christmas time. So looking forward to sessions together. I think we're getting a little bit of feedback. We might have to mute everybody, but except for me. There we go. Good. Okay, so we're going to get started today just sitting nice and tall in our seats. I should mention that today for equipment, all you need is a physio band. So whatever strength works for you. You could also use like a scarf or some sort of a light belt or something if you don't have a physio band. And then I'm also going to be using a dowel, but I actually use it interchangeably in the way that I'm going to today with my band. So if you don't have a dowel today, that is okay. All right, so we're just going to start up nice and tall in our seat. Maybe you even close your eyes for a moment to focus on your breathing. We'll take a breath in and bring the crown of your head just a little bit closer to the ceiling. And then a breath out to release without sinking down too low. So we're just thinking of stretching nice and tall through our spine. And then releasing a nice even breath in and a nice even breath out. We'll do 3 more of those, nice and tall, breath in. Nice, easy release, breath out. 2 more. And last one. Good, if you had your eyes closed, you can just open those up. The next thing we're going to do is add in some shoulder depressions. So a lot of times when we exercise, and especially because today I have some shoulder and chest work for you to do today, we start to have our shoulders creep up a little bit. So keeping your shoulders down low, perhaps your hands are on your lap right now, and you're thinking about your shoulder blades coming up, and then your shoulder blades coming down your back into a nice settled position where you feel some muscles turn on. So shoulder blades come up and shoulder blades go down. So shoulders themselves, of course, are moving up and down as well, but it's my shoulder blades that I'm kind of focused on right now as far as how they're moving, sliding up and down my back. So we'll do a few more like that. And 1 more. Good. So we're going to add another piece into this and add some more neck movement. So we will do the same thing. Shoulders press up, shoulders come down. And now in this lower shoulder position, you're going to drop your chin towards your chest. And then look back to center and look slightly up towards the ceiling. So just working within whatever range of motion is comfortable for you as we start to warm up. Keeping going there a few more times. And last one there. Good. Let's reset those shoulders again. So they're going to come up by your ears where we don't want them, down your back where we do. And this time we're doing a little side to side movement. So a little head tick-tock side to side, stretching out through some of our side neck muscles. And last one there. Good. And one more time, we'll bring those shoulders up by our ears. Shoulder blades track down our back. And this time we'll do a bit of shoulder checking. So the neck moving while the shoulders are staying nice and stable in place, looking side to center, nice and slow. We'll do that 2 more times through. And last one here. Right. Good. From here, let's start to move through our arms and mid-back a little bit more. So from a starting position out front, we're going to do that pull apart motion. So starting to reach one arm diagonally up, the other diagonally down, back behind you. Maybe you start with smaller movements, and then as your shoulders warm up, you get a little bit bigger, wider. Still thinking about kind of that movement through your shoulder blades. So they're gliding in place. Good. We'll do 2 more there. And last one. Perfect. We're going to switch that up the other way. So from center, one arm presses to the low diagonal and one is pressing high diagonal. We'll do 2 more like that. And last one. Excellent. All right, from here, we are going to start doing some push-pull moves, which is the majority of what we're going to do today. So chest and mid-back between your shoulder blades. So we're just going to warm that up with a press away. So you're pressing something away from you, and then you're grabbing on and pulling it in towards you. A press and a pull. So nice and slow and deliberate. If you can think about as you press away, your chest muscles are helping. As you pull back in, those muscles that sit between your shoulder blade and backbone are helping to pull those arms, squeezing them. Good, a few more like that. 3. And 2. And last one here. Awesome. We'll shake that one out and get ready to do some overhead reach. So this is another one you will see later on today with our band. For now, we're going to do it without the band. So we're starting in half of a W. We're going to press up and then do a little side tip. So you decide what feels good for you today. So coming down, elbow low to your side, active press for the ceiling, small side flexion before you pull back down again. So maybe you're thinking about your shoulder muscle helping to press up and your lats helping to pull down. So press for the ceiling, side flex, come back, pull down. We'll do 2 more on this side. Good. And last one. Press, flex, and pull down. Excellent. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So setting that shoulder in place, elbow is close to your side, pressing for the ceiling, slight side flex, bringing it back to center, pulling that elbow down, thinking about shoulder, some obliques, and then your lats on the way down. Press up, side flex, bring it in. Pull it down. We'll do 2 more here. Press, flex, bring it in, pull down. And the last one here, press, flex, back to center, and pull it down. All right, so I am going to grab my dowel now. So the class I have planned for you today has little interspersed bits of cardio, of course, working at your own pace. If you're in a wheelchair today, please have it locked down. We don't have too much overhead work to do with both hands, but if you feel like you need to be against a wall or something for some stability, make sure you're doing that as well. My dowel is here to give me a little bit of hand spacing while I do some kayaking. So this will be our first ease into a little bit of cardio. I'm going to stay really close to my knees. I'm actually going to, sorry about that, just get a little bit more so you can see my knees. And we'll go right beside our knees. So doing kayaking that kind of drags the paddle over your knee as you go, or just barely grazes it. So we're just kind of getting into the groove of things. If you don't have a dowel today, I often just take my band and split it in half. So I'm holding double band and just keeping my hands spaced that way. So that's another option. Good. Thinking about sitting nice and tall, those oblique muscles that we were working on, our side core muscles, are feeling this one a little bit as our arms are moving side to side. Just our first little bit of cardio before we get into a mix of both cardio and resistance training. Good. So let's keep going just a little bit longer. Maybe you're speeding up the pace just a bit, feeling a bit warmer now. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Excellent. So leave that dowel somewhere where it's quite handy. We'll be using it again soon. I'm going to switch to using the band. So if you can grab a physio band. Our first exercise today, and you'll see this exercise 3 different times throughout the class, is an upright row. So we're going to do our upright row today without having to put it under our feet or anything else. We're just going to go straight out front. And you're going to think about having your hands wide enough so that when you pull back, it feels like your arms are resting on a big sides of an armchair. So from here to about belly button level, we're keeping it low enough that the shoulders don't start to creep up. So when you are ready, we are going to do 10 of those, thinking about squeezing your shoulder blades together at the end range of motion. So squeezing 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Excellent. Good. Shake that one out. Our second exercise, which we're also going to see several times throughout class, is chest press. To set up for the chest press, I'm going to put the band behind my back. So hopefully you can kind of thread it through there so it sits at the small of your back where it doesn't want to go anywhere. I will let you set up for that one as I demo. So for this one, we're using chest muscles. Our arms, of course, want to help out too, but we have to kind of focus on the fact that our chest muscles can do most of the work here. We want to keep this one fairly low too, for the same reason that we don't want to have those shoulders creeping up too close to our ears. So just the same way, we're going to do this as a push motion. So we're going to push the band away and then release it back in. You can have the band wrapped around your hands if that's easier, or just kind of balled up in your hand, whichever feels better for you. We'll do the same thing. So both sides together, press out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Good. Now I'm actually going to leave the band here because I don't think it's going to be in my way as I go to do a little bit more kayaking. If you feel like you can leave your band just kind of in place, we will come back to doing a set of the chest presses as our next resistance activity. So for now, dowel, or if you were using your band to space your hands, you can of course take it away and use it for that instead. This time I'm going to do kayaking that is a little bit deeper paddles in the water. So you can kind of think about bigger moves, not so close to your knees, but a really elongated sideways figure 8. Once you get the feel of this one, if you'd like to raise your heart rate a little bit farther, you'll be moving a bit faster. So I will let you pace that one accordingly. Good. Keep going. Just a little bit longer. We can imagine we're kayaking somewhere like very tropical and warm right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Perfect. All right, set that dowel somewhere where it's easily accessible. Again, your band is already in place, or if you were using your band in place of your dowel, you can bring it back to behind your back at about the small of your back, so it stays in place. Good. This time we're going to focus on one arm at a time. It's a little easier to get those muscles engaged when they're one at a time. So I will let you pick a side. Doesn't matter which one you do first. We're going to do 10 presses. This time we're going to go just a little bit wider to start with. So if you can imagine a center target that's at about belly button level or slightly higher, you're going to press your arm into that target 10 times, one side only. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we will go straight to doing the other side, setting up, getting ready for 10, 9, focusing on those chest muscles, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Excellent. You can unwind yourself from this band now. We're not going to need it back there for a little while. So we did these 2 exercises in reverse this time. We just did our push. Now we're going to do our pull using our shoulder blades. For this next exercise, we are going to do a 1-arm upright row. So one arm is going to be your stabilizer arm. Choose which one that is. It doesn't matter. The other one is going to be the one in motion. So shoulder blade pulls towards your backbone as you pull that band to tension and then release it. We're going to do 10 of those on one side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. That one makes the support arm a bit tired too. So we're gonna let both arms down and just shake them out a little bit before we set up for that other side. So the other side will now become your stabilizer arm. And the moving arm has now changed, getting ready to do 10 on this side. Squeezing that shoulder blade. Good, we got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And last one here. Excellent. Just set that band down, maybe on your lap for a moment. If you need to grab a drink of water, shake out your shoulders a bit, go right ahead. And then we will start some more kayaking. All right, hopefully everybody's feeling good. So I'm going to grab my dowel again. Actually, I'm going to use my band for this one. If you don't have a dowel, as I said, I typically just split my band so that it's twice as strong, just to hold my hands under a nice even grip as I start to do some kayaking. So this time I'm going to alternate. I'm going to do a few little quick ones beside my knees, and then I'm going to change it up and do some big paddle strokes way down to the side. Sort of change it up again, small little paddle strokes. Maybe you feel like you need to stabilize a little bit more for these. You need to slow it down, that's okay. And then go for those big strokes off to the side. Good. Let's do that one more time through. Small little paddles close to your knees. Shoulders nice and even. And then big dips into the water past your hip. Good, let's do 3 and 2. And last one like this. Excellent. All right. We are set to do those same 2 exercises with a different count this time. So hopefully those shoulders had a little bit of a rest as we were doing some other things. We are getting ready to do the row again, this time with a hold. So we're going to change it up and give those muscles a little bit of extra time to engage and hold into position, add some more strength to the move. So from this one, we're going to go both arms again together. We're going to pull back, squeeze your shoulder blades together and hold. 3, 2, and 1. Let's see if I can count to 3 and to 10 at the same time. That was 1. 3, 2, and 1. That was 2. Squeeze back and hold. 3, 2, and 1. That was 3. Hold. 2, and 1. That was 4. Squeeze and hold. 2, and 1. That was 5. 2, 1. Halfway there. I guess more than halfway. That was 7. 2, 1. That was 8. Squeeze and hold. 2, 1. One more to go. Squeeze and hold. 3, 2, 1, and release. Awesome. Let's actually just stretch out that muscle group just a little bit, just gently before we get to our next exercise. So if you want to take your arms out to the side and just come around and give yourself a nice low hug. Maybe you're grabbing onto your shoulders and pulling them actively forward just a little bit so you feel like you're relieving some of the tension between your shoulder blades. Those are the muscles that we were just using. And then we'll release that one and get ready to do our chest press, which was the one that we set up with the band back behind our back. So we're going to go to that one again. This will be our last time setting up with this one. Good. So the same thing applies here. We're going to do 10 of these, and both arms are going to move at the same time, and we're going to hold for 3 at the highest resistance part of the exercise. So shoulders are set in a position, elbows are out to the side. We're going to come in like we're giving somebody a big hug. So you're going to hold at the end. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it out. Do it again. Squeeze and hold. 3, 2, and 1. That was 2. 3, 2, 1. That's 3. 2, and 1. That's 4. 3, 2, and 1, halfway there. 3, 2, 1, that's 6. 2, and 1, that's 7. 2, and 1, 8. We got 2 more left. Squeeze and hold. 2, and 1, that's 9. Coming up on the very last one, hold. 3, 2, and 1, and release. All right, you can unwind yourself from that band. We will need it again pretty soon. In the meantime, let's just do a little bit of release through those chest muscles. So we're just going to take our arms wide. Take a big breath in and release. Let's do it one more time. Big breath in and release. Good. All right, we are going back to kayaking. I'm going to change things up a little bit for our kayak paddle this time. I'm going to use my dowel for this one, but again, you can use your band if that's what you have available to you. So for this one, I will let you decide what's best for you. We are going to go for a fairly big paddle, but we're going to start with the paddle more out front than we had before. So maybe you are engaging your core muscles a bit more and starting to put more of your body into the paddle stroke. So you might do a slight bit of a hip hinge to come forward with each stroke, like the water is fighting you. So it's quite resistant and you have to really dig in. If you are feeling comfortable here and you want to get a little bit faster, trying to make sure your core muscles are doing way more than your low back is doing right now. So we're trying to engage the front core muscles. Of course, staying nice and upright if that's better for you, or that little bit of a hinge to really dig that paddle in. Good, we'll be here just a little bit longer. We'll do 3 more. 3, 2, and last one here. Excellent. All right, that dowel can get set somewhere out of the way again. We are getting ready to use the band again. This time, what I'm going to do to set up for the band is put it, the short side is going to go underneath my legs, maybe under, in between the seat of the chair and your upper legs, or maybe just under your legs. So you have enough band that you can hold on. You can wrap it if you like, just to keep that band under tension so it doesn't snap away on you while you're working the other side. Okay, so we need quite a bit of band for this one because it's a big move. What we're going to do, and we'll just do a test run first. So just like we did in warm-up, we're going to do a press for the ceiling. Actually, I'm going to reset that. What we're going to do first is have our elbow down close to our side. So a little bit closer grip to start, but lots of band available to you. So we're going to press for the ceiling. The side tip is going to be completely optional. So if you want to do just a little side flex, and then you're going to use your lat muscles to slowly bring that band back down again. So we'll start now, starting at 1, heading to 10. Actually, I'll count backwards. So we're going to go 10, side tip optional, lat pull down, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We only have to do this one time through per side in case you're hoping for that. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, shake that one out. We're going to change it up to the other side. So you can either move the band entirely, or maybe you can just slide it over so you have enough room on the working side to give you a little bit of slack to start with. All right, so just one test Run first on this side, elbow close to your side. Let's give myself more band. Pressing towards the ceiling, a little side flexion if you wish, and then a really deliberate pull down with that lat muscle. So let's get ready now. We'll do 10 of those. 10. Pull down. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Last 2. And last one. Excellent. 10 is enough of those, isn't it? All right, we're going to unwind ourselves from that band position. I will need the band at least once more, so just keeping it handy or using it for kayaking. We're going to do one last kayak sequence. So grab your dowel or your band. This time we're going to change the count. So we're going to do 3 paddle strokes per side. You will start nice and upright for this one. So you're going to go 3, 2, 1, and then the other side, 3, 2, 1. And then from here, you have the choice, staying nice and upright, or starting to add in a little bit of that hinge again. So maybe you're digging in every time. It'll take you a little bit longer to do, just a little bit bigger movement. And working at your own pace. So if you want this one speeded up and you feel like that's good for you today, go right ahead. 3 per side. Almost done. Good, let's do it. 3 on this side, 3 on the other, and then 1 more time through. Awesome. Okay, we are all done with kayaking for today. We are finished with our dowel. You can set that out of the way. I have 2 last exercises for you using the physio band, and then it is time to stretch. So we use the muscles that sit between our shoulder blade when we were doing our upright row. We're going to use them again, but from a lower position. So it's going to feel a little bit different. Arms are going to be out front, palms facing up for this one in a comfortable position. So shoulders are away from your ears, arms are extended, and this is going to be a sweeping motion. So you're going to need a fair amount of band. It doesn't have to be a big move, but I want your hands to come away from each other, sweeping motion, and then come back in. Of course, you always have the option of wrapping your grips so that it's a little bit easier to keep that band from sliding. So we'll do this one 10 times as well. Yes, we'll do this one 10 times as well. Sorry. So we're going to go 10, 9. It's still those shoulder blades squeezing into each other. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Good. Shake that one out. I have the same exercise again with a hold of 3. So maybe before you do that one, just to give your muscles a little break, you shake it out, take a moment for water again. Great. So with some of the other exercises we also did, this is a single arm, but we've worked these muscles pretty hard today. So we're just going to do one more set of 10. This one's going to be with the hold. So if you can think about the lower end of your shoulder blades, those muscles are going to really help you as you hold for 3. So arms are sweeping away, hold, 3, 2, 1. That's 1. Sweep and hold. 3, 2, and 1. That's 2. 3, 2, and 1. 3. That's 4. And 5. And 6. 2, and 1. That's 7. Almost done. 3, 2, and 1. That's 8. 9. And last one here. 3, 2, and 1. That is 10. Good. Shake it out. You can unwind yourself from that band. We'll just release that real quick, the same way as we did when we were rowing before. So come around, give yourself a big low hug. Let your shoulder blades release away from each other a little bit. Good. And unwind that one. I just have one last exercise. We're going to work our rotator cuffs as our last resistance exercise for today before we get ready to stretch. So rotator cuff setup is elbows nice and close to your side. Palms are going to be facing up. Again, you have the option of wrapping the band if that feels better for you today. Almost the exact same move, just half of the movement. So moving from our forearm instead of from our shoulder. So we're only going to do this one set of 10. And I think we'll do it with the hold of 3. So you're going to go out to whatever your comfortable end range is, being really aware for your body of what that feels like, and back in again. All right. So we're going to come out and hold that. 3, 2, 1. That's 1. Doing 10 times. Out and hold. 3, 2, and 1. That's 2. 3, 2, and 1. That's 3. 3, 2, and 1. We have 4. 3, 2, 1. That's 5. Halfway. Good. That's 6. And 7. 3, 2, and 1. That's 8. 2, and 1, and 9. Last one coming up here. Hold 3, 2, and 1, and release. Good. All right. We are all done with that band. You can set it out of your way. And we are getting ready to do some stretching. So we are going to start with mid-back and in through rear shoulders. We use them a lot today with all of our pulling activities. So our rowing. Pick one side, take and give yourself a pat across onto your opposite shoulder. Shoulder and elbow are low, and then you're going to help that arm across a little bit. So a little gentle squeeze. Taking some nice big breaths in and out. Letting those muscles release through your rear shoulder and in through those muscles that sit between your shoulder blades that we're working so hard. Good. So we'll hold this one just for a few more counts. And then we'll release that and go to the other side. So big sweeping arm across to pat yourself on the shoulder. Shoulder and elbow on this side are low. Give a little hug in to bring that arm a little bit farther across your body. And then some nice big breaths in and out while you're here. Just releasing through rear shoulder and in through your mid-back. All right. So we'll release that. The next thing we're going to do is release through our chest. We'll do that with a few different stretches. The first one we will do is just take the backs of your hand and kind of slide them in to your back pockets. So just tucking them in behind you. If this isn't comfortable and you'd rather have your hands on your hips, that's okay too. We're going to puff up through our chest with a breath in as our elbows pull back. So we'll move through a little bit of motion first, and then release your breath as you come forward. So a little bit of motion here. Trying not to overly change the curvature of your low back. We're just bringing our chest forward enough to get that opening through our chest muscles. Good, so we'll do one more like that. And then we're going to hold this one in place. So you're going to go elbows back, chest out, and take 3 nice big breaths in and out while you're here. Good, one more. All right. Good, ease out of that one. We're going to do a similar stretch for our chest, just changing it up a little bit and giving us some other options here. So this next one, we're going to take our hands up above our head, just gently onto your head. And we're going to stretch our elbows out from that position as well. We'll run through some range of motion here, so a little bit of movement, and then we'll hold in place if that feels good for you. If you preferred that exercise we were doing a moment before and you'd rather be low with your arms, that's okay too. Good, so last one here. You might take those arms down just for a little reset before we set back up to hold that one in stretch position. So again, just gently kind of cradling your head for this one. We'll come elbows nice and wide, taking some nice relaxed breaths in and out here. Maybe you're looking just slightly up towards the ceiling. Good, last one. Excellent. Ease your way out of that one. We're going to start to give a little bit of stretch through our spine and through our oblique muscles a little bit now. So you might reach over for crossbody for your lap and start to do just a little bit of rotation. So we'll start the same way, a little rotation and then back to center. So easing your way into how you feel is a comfortable positioning here. Maybe your free hand is reaching back behind you. Maybe it's staying close to your lap. Good. The next time we are going to hold this one in place. So you'll rotate to where you're comfortable. Taking some nice big breaths in and out here. That extended arm is optional. And then back to center. We'll do the same on the other side, starting with a little bit of movement. So just easing ourselves into the stretch. Hand is across onto the opposite knee, starting to rotate through your spine here. See how it feels and where a good end range is for you. So nice and comfortable. Good, and then holding this one in place. So rotating to a comfortable position. Up nice and tall, maybe with that arm reach back behind you. Last one there, last breath there, and we'll bring that back to center. Perfect. The next thing we're going to do is actually do a little bit of oblique work. So we started with, not oblique work, some oblique stretching. So we started with some side flexion and we did some during our resistance as well. We're going to do it again here. So take one arm and raise it up above your head. A little bit of a side tip, making sure that you're still nice and stable wherever you are. And back to center. We'll do the same on the other side, reaching up. A little side flexion. Maybe those breaths in and out almost feel like you're breathing a little bit more space into your side body. Good, and back to center here. Excellent. We are going to stretch through our side neck muscles next. So I'm going to take my one hand down and actively press it as if I could reach it all the way towards the ground. So I've turned on and got a little bit of a stretch through my inner forearm there. And then I'm going to tip my ear away from that arm, so towards my opposite shoulder. We'll hold it here for a moment. Nice big breaths in and out here as well. And then bring that one back to center. We're going to do that same stretch on the same side with one more option for you. So you will start it the same way, that active reach down towards the floor of the base of your hand, ear tips towards your opposite shoulder. And then maybe if you want that little more intensity to your stretch, you're going to take your hand and gently press your head a little bit closer to that shoulder. So listening to your body. Ease your way back up again. We'll do that on the other side as well. So perhaps you'll start with without that hand on your head to start with. So arm is reaching actively down towards the ground. Ear is tipping towards your opposite shoulder. Good. Ease your way on out of that stretch. You can do that exact same stretch again, or you can add in that little bit more of a stretch assistance using your hands. So active reach down, tip towards your opposite shoulder, maybe taking that free hand and giving a little bit of extra stretch for your neck. Nice and gentle. Awesome. Ease your way out of that one. Our last neck release is look down towards your chest, back to center, and up towards the ceiling. We'll do this one a few times through. So looking down, perhaps you want to stay looking down a little bit longer if it feels tight. And then up towards the ceiling. One more time. All right, and for our last little bit of time together today, you can sit up nice and tall. Maybe you take your hands to your belly. We're just gonna focus on our breathing for the last few moments. Your eyes can be closed if you wish. Just like we did at the start of class, we're going to focus on a breath in, bringing our crown of our head a little bit closer to the ceiling, and a breath out to release. Good. And then maybe you can feel like on a breath in, you're filling up your belly with air. And on a breath out, you're squeezing every last bit of the air out, belly button towards your backbone. Breath in, come nice and tall. Breath out to release. Good. A breath in brings a little more air, imagining it's filling up your belly. And a breath out, squeezing all the air out, belly button towards backbone. We'll do two more like that. And last one. Good. And I always end my class with 3 big breaths in, starting down low and reaching for the ceiling. So we'll do that today. Big breath in as you reach for the ceiling. Breath out to release. We'll do 2 more like that. Big breath in. And a release. And last one here. And release. Again, thanks for joining me today, everyone. My name's Julie Meyer, and I hope to see you again next week.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
See you
Bye
next
now.
week. Bye.
Hey.